Shalom. Kal halal Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Wahakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the great millstone. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, pushing this word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. This is Amathia from Great Millstone, Dallas. This is Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up, a time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. All right, so when you look at it, it is a time for everything, okay? And it says time for every purpose under the heavens. And what is under the heavens? It is what? The earth. When you're measuring the time and seeing what's going on in these times, all the good things that is spoken of, we're not in the time of. Only good thing that we're in the time of is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this truth that's the Lord has gave us, all right, the elect of Israel, to wake us up, to look forward to what? Salvation, to look forward to the downfall of this Edomite kingdomship. This is the time that we're in. All right? This is the time that you're going to see a lot of death. Revelation 6 goes into the red horse, and wherever it goes, death and hell follows. That is who's ruling the earth, that is causing death, destruction, famine, pestilence, and we know ultimately it's through the Lord, by way of the Lord, but he's using the wicked, okay, to actually move forth with the death, the hell, the pestilence, all these things that are coming about because the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. All right, and now things are starting to move forward. What was that? Pope Francis, back in December, he used to say he set up for 5 or 6 portals to be open. As we see, Esau is doing whatever he can to do to escape from his judgment. But this judgment is going to be fulfilled, thus saith the Lord. All right? What is that? Psalms 55, and I'm going to get it here. Okay, and I'm sorry, Isaiah 55 and 11. Okay, and it reads, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the things whereunto I sent it. All right, so these things are going to flourish, and it's going to be done. Thus saith the Lord. And what do we say is the times that we're in? The Lord said these are not the times that you're going to see rejoicing, things that's going to be flourishing. The only thing that's flourishing here is grape, robbery, and unaliving, sickness. All these things, and you look towards everyone to try to put the blame game on everyone, but nobody. These niggas out in the world, they're not looking at who's causing all these things is the so-called white man, Esau Edom. You know, like we said, it's not just about color, but look at who's in the forefront and who's ruling. When you look at these top bankers, you look at who basically puts out the laws and legislations and all these things, what are you going to see? Majority of a pale face. All right? I'm going to read this Psalms 55 and 11. It says, everything is falling apart. Threats and cheating are rampant in the streets. All right? It is not an enemy who taunts me. All right? I could bear that. It is my foes who are arrogantly insult me, I could have hidden from them. All right. Now, when you look at, the point I wanted to read was in verse 11. All right. Things are falling apart everywhere. It's a mass demolition in society. All right. A mass destruction. Our kids are becoming more dumb. You can say it like that. They're stupid. Because what? Esau set it up that way. This wickedness has been set up that way. All type of looting is going on. So the Lord is going to be set up for what? Giving judgment out. Because this is the time that the judgment is going to be brought forth. Because what? Because there is every season and a time to every purpose under the heavens. All right. This is a time where you're going to see a lot of death. Things that are going to be plucked up. As we just read in Ecclesiastes 3. It said it was going to be a time to kill and a time to heal. Right now, the healing process was for the elect, but it's a time to kill here for forth now. Esau's going to come down with great wrath. He's talking about, what did Trump just say about, he just been in office for 3 months, and he said it's going to be mass deportation, and then the camera caught him saying, what? Now it's time to start setting up for these homegrown. Meaning he's going to start taking y'all asses to Guantanamo Bay and all these different places. Putting you in these internment camps. Oh, it's going to happen. Thus saith the Lord. Because this is the time we're in. We're supposed to measure the time diligently in itself. This is the time we're in. And then you have, like I said, the Pope. He just died of a stroke, I believe. But like I said, these older Edomites, they're, they're basically being put in the grave now. All of them, they're old. But one thing about it, they know in the times we're in, they believe, they understand. They understand reincarnation, but they're knowing the Lord is getting ready to make his return, and they're doing whatever they can to bring forth and continue on with their rulership. So they looking to do away with you Israelites, which is so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans. And one thing how they're going to do that is going to do what? Unaliven you, like say, and also giving you, causing you to receive that sea help. Because it says it's going to cause off both small, great, rich, and poor, free, and bond to receive it, right? That charachma. And yes, it is the thing that they're going to try to insert in you. You have some Israelite sects to try to say that is not the MOT to the B, all right, the C hip. But now we're starting to see these things being moving forward. You can't deny it now. So this is the time, like I said, to mourn. This is not a time to dance. The mirth of this place is being brought out. It's being cast out. The mirth of this place is being cast out. And now we're getting ready for what? Esau to come down with great wrath. This world is nothing but vanity throughout. Okay? This world is constantly vanity throughout. And the wicked is getting ready to stand and bring forth his sword. Which he's been doing is just going to get worse. World War III is here. All right? You're going to have people going to be thrown out on the streets here in Babylon because of what? Lack of jobs, no money, can't afford to live, have a roof over your head. All this is coming. All this is here. A lot of people won't even consider the Lord. All right. Let me bring this up here. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 4. It says, the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. See, people are thinking they're going to be constantly having a good time, and you're seeing everything crumble all around you. I'm reading that in the NLT. It says, the wise person think a lot about death. And that's what we think about. Okay? We know a lot of death is going to come about. But people try to, cover their ears. You know what I'm saying? The scripture say, "Where's thy coming? Where's the Lord's coming?" We still enjoying ourselves. I still can go out on a Friday night and go have me a drink, go to happy hour, see some big booty bitches in a short dress. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about life, living. But this place is dead. When you thinking about, see, the Lord brought us out, like I said in Ezekiel. We out of the we with old dry bones, and now we have been brought back to life, and we're looking down at the valley of death, looking at the dry bones that are still in a state of mind, thinking they're still living. So they thinking about partying, mirth. But yet we see the death, and we said this is what we're thinking about, knowing that the times we're in is going to come forth a lot of death. So we're keeping our eyes single and focusing on the kingdom of heaven, but knowing that this place is spiritually dead. And death is going to come about more and more. All right. It says a wise person, and this is the NLT, Ecclesiastes 7:4, it says a wise person thinks about death, while a fool thinks only about having a good time. See? And these good times, like you said, they want to keep the good times rolling, but the mirth of this place is going to be brought out. All right? Because Esau you still think you're in that comfort zone where it say peace and safety, then what? Sudden destruction is going to come about. Peace and safety and sudden destruction is going to come about. All right? This is, I'm going to jump down to verse 14. It says, enjoy prosperity while you can. But when hard times strike, realize that both come from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Remember that nothing is certain in this life, right? And the elect, the ones that had the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, looking for the life to come. We're not looking for this life to continue. Nothing is certain in this life, but you know what's certain? Death and destruction, all right? By way of nuclear destruction, by way of the chariots. The salvation of the remnant, the salvation of the elect of Israel. That is what's certain. And that's actually spiritually with that spiritual understanding. So it would be wise to realize that's what's coming, to be wise to understand that this place is through. Stop trying to look towards different presidents to save you. All right, looking at your job thinking, I got a good job right now. That shit could be gone tomorrow. I got a nice car. I got my wife and kids. They're doing good. Esau jabbed everybody up. Now you're starting to see more of blood clots and people passing out, people bugging out, all by way of this time we're in, and knowing that Esau is have set up, what do you call it, a dystopia. But everybody think they're still in a utopia here in Babylon. It's going to be touched here. The virgin daughter of Babylon is going to be touched. Okay? So I just wanted to bring it out because, like I say, there is a time, and the times we're in, it's not a time for mirth, not a time for joy. All right? If you feel like you're still going to be enjoying life and you looking for constant future here in Babylon, and like we just read, nothing is certain, and you're still in the congregation of the dead. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Rachakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, bishops, and elders of the great millstone. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, pushing this word, all right, receiving this word. Shalom.